Okay, so we've got Danielle here and we're doing our interview, and it was a surprise attack interview this morning. So
Yes, look at the face.
yeah, this is coming, and yeah, so here we go. Um,
Okay.
let me, I was about to say screen share, but that would not be right.
Green
You can't see the
shot.
question. Okay,
No.
so so what's your story? So in other words, how did you fall down the rabbit hole of needing to transform yourself physically, emotionally? You know,
Oh,
is it the first time you did it, or was this like?
totally. So my story is that, I had my daughter later in life. I was 32, and I knew who I was. And as soon as I had her, I had lost weight, gained weight. I had her. I couldn't gain weight. I had no idea who I was anymore. I didn't hang out with my friends. I didn't do anything. I was sad all the time. I couldn't lose the weight. I just felt like a totally different person and just had no identity. Like I didn't know who I was. Initially, when I signed up for Beachbody, it was just to find something to lose weight again or something to do. I was like grasping at straws. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll sign up. Give me the discount. I'll save money. I don't know what Shakeology is. I don't care. I'll try anything. And I had no intention of working the business. I just needed something to help me with my fitness because things I was doing before wasn't working. It was too expensive. As a new mom, I didn't have time to go to the gym or go to boot camps. It just wasn't working in my life anymore. So initially it was just about my fitness. And then as I was plugged into the team page, I saw these women kind of doing groups together and creating like financial freedom and going on these trips. I'm like, I could really use some cool new friends and I could use some money to pay off debt. And I was like, okay, I'll try this because holy crap, were we in debt? Like we had a lot of debt. We still do, but you know what? We're working on it. And so I started coaching, and then I met some of my best friends. I totally got out of my comfort zone, and I'm usually pretty introverted. I kind of like telling this story. So the first time I went to the summit, I almost didn't go because I was just a new coach deciding to start working the business. And Anita was like, no, you have to go. This is so important. You got to go. And I couldn't afford to go at all. Like I had no money. So my mom gave me her air miles, which is like a flight reward program. So I flew there on her air miles, and someone helped me pay for my hotel room. And then I just had a little bit of spending cash and I went. And how Beachbody has helped me like come out of my comfort zone and like make friends easier is I was in this hotel room and we all got a fake spray tan. I had to sleep with someone I didn't know. And the next day I woke up with this spray tan like blotchy all over my body. And I was like, holy crap, I have to get this off of me. But we're all in the bathroom getting ready. I was like, whatever. Jumped in the shower, butt naked, scrubbing myself. They're trying to help me.
Butt naked?
I was butt naked. And you know what? The girl I was just 6 months prior to that would have not got in the shower with women around me. Like, but I was just like, I've gotten so much more confident in myself and who I am and not caring and just knowing that I have all these new friends around me. We're all on the same page and we're all like, that's what it's done for me completely. So it's like the fitness part, obviously I'm still doing that, but what I've gained from the business is much, much more than expected. Like I have an identity. I have something I'm passionate about. I have something I look forward to, something that's for me. So that's kind of what happened.
Okay, so the second question, you answered a lot of the second question.
Oh, okay.
That's good though. So what's the theme of your story? So do you ever feel like at times that you've been repressing your passion?
Oh, totally. Didn't know if I had a passion. Like up until Beachbody, I was like the most boring person you could meet. Like I had no passion for anything. Like, those people who go to school and it's like, I'm going to be a lawyer when I grow up. I love this. And I'm an avid mountain biker. It's like, I didn't have any of that. I didn't knit. I didn't crochet. I'm not a mountain biker. I didn't have anything I was passionate about. It's like, well, I go to the mall, hang out with my friends. I mean, I like live music, but I mean,
right.
Nothing that I was so engrossed in that I had true passion for. And then finally with Beachbody, like the whole community and the lifestyle and the fitness, the passion's like, woo.
Yeah.
So
have you struggled or experienced a lot of health issues?
Well, before this, not really. Actually, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I used to be like almost 200 pounds and I had really bad sciatic issues. And I was just thinking about it. Since I've lost weight, I have no sciatic issues at all. But as for internal, I don't really have health issues. I mean, I just got diagnosed with hypothyroid And it's frustrating that I gained 20 pounds in 5 weeks, but I keep telling myself if I wasn't working out, if I wasn't eating healthy, and I wasn't already doing the things that I'm doing, those 20 pounds could have easily been like 60. So I would have, instead of being so tired, I think what I'm doing now has helped me with my hypothyroid more than I think it has, even though it sucks.
It does suck, but you know what? I think you wouldn't have even had that mindset.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole, okay, let's look at the positive side of this. If we, didn't have to do, such positive personal development stuff all the time.
Yeah. I think I would have been just even more negative and gained more weight and got into a like big depression hole, because it's still hard to deal with because you're in this lifestyle. It's like, oh, I'm a coach, I'm being fit and I've gained weight. But actually what I've done is I've used that not to my advantage, but I've shared that story completely. Like, I'm a coach, but I'm not going to hide that I've gained 20 pounds. I'm sharing that with people because that's reality. But I'm sharing how I'm still working out, I'm still eating healthy. I've actually had a lot of women come to me who they've gone to get tested. Guess what? They have hypothyroid. So I've related with a lot of people with the same health issues. So it's helped.
That's awesome, because you've helped so many people by doing that. So, you're already, really immature in this business. So, a part of this question is, have you had relationships that have failed to feel like you really want them to feel? And are you ready to start telling a new story about what you really want and deserve? And it seems like you're already doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So that question. So relationships. Okay. I'm not really sure on that question. Can you repeat that?
So have your relationships failed to feel like you really want?
Like relationships with like
anything, with your family, with your husband, with your kids?
Oh yeah, like totally. There's lots. Like, marriage is hard. Parenting is hard. I struggle with being a leader to my own team sometimes, like, because you got the comparison game happening, and I just feel it's like there's so much pressure on so many levels for all these things to be the best you can be. So it's just, I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I've failed. I feel like I'm just always struggling to be better. But I don't think it's something that ever just ends. I think we're always striving to be better at all those relationships.
I agree. That's part of this, is that we're always trying to improve with, everything. So, it says, are you ready to start telling a new story about what you really want and deserve?
Yeah. And a new story. Like, what would be my new story? That's a good question. Oh my God.
I mean, you've taken a lot of your old story and you've made it into a new story.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Because as life goes on, like having this hypothyroid thing has really changed my dynamic of being a coach, healthy, and feel like I'm still doing the things, but the story's changed a little bit.
So I guess with like being a team leader, what actions can you take to make yourself more confident with leading your team?
Yeah.
I guess that's, a bullet list, because you're doing stuff right. You are. I see your team, I love your team. And you're a great coach. So maybe you just need to give yourself more credit. Are you there? Okay. Oh, I don't know where we left off.
Oh, about being a leader.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, just bulletproof, just bullet list, and I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's where the comparison game is really hard. It's like you see all these other amazing leaders and you see their amazing team calls and the trainings and this and that. It's like, oh, but at the same time, I have to tell myself I'm in different shoes than a lot of people, because I still work 40 hours a week and I still have a daughter, and my time that I have to do all these things is limited. I just need to, instead of being busy, I need to be productive. So I just need to like really schedule what I need to do as a leader. And that's why I'm jumping into the diamond group. So I'm like, I need to do this for my team. I need to help them get there. So I'm really like, want to figure this out so we can make sure that they do good.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your identification factors? In other words, what challenges and breakthroughs do you want to help your new team members, your new customers, your leads? What do you want to help them focus and overcome?
Oh, wow. I need to help them. I think a lot of them, oh, it's beautiful. I need them to overcome that. I think a lot of them fear judgment and like are just afraid to open up their wall and be really transparent. And I think a lot of them need to just not be afraid to put it all out there and not give a crap what anybody thinks. Because that's something that's really hard. And I want them to help them do that. And I think once they do that, they're going to really, no matter who you are, if you're a challenger or coach, I think once you do that, you're really going to open things up.
It's so true. I mean, once, as hard as it is to start sharing and to start being real and stuff and be vulnerable, like as soon as you do, you start seeing money.
Yeah, you need to be totally relatable. Like you could post all the fitness workouts you want. You could talk about all the healthy recipes and all the food, but you need to get freaking personal and you have to. And that's another thing that coaching has done for me too, is like, I have a pretty big wall. Like my communication, like even in my marriage and friendships is pretty like I kind of don't talk about it, but coaching and doing all that stuff has allowed me to like let it out. And it's much easier for me to do that on social media and get the support. So I think people will be surprised once they just step out of that comfort zone and just like be a lot more real and dig deep and share that. Then they're going to be like, whoo.
I totally agree, because I hate to put it this way, but it's like you share your vulnerabilities and then you do see more income.
Yeah.
Which makes you not give two F's.
Yeah.
To do it again.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like, it's a not vicious cycle.
Yeah, totally. And I think we had an amazing speaker at our Super Saturday, and there was a quote that he said that I am totally in love with and I want plaster on my wall. But I think so many people are just in their own way. But his quote was, your perception is your reality. So if you think people are judging you, yep. If you think that nobody's going to want to go sign up with you and, you know, you have them be your coach, that's your perception. That's going to be your reality. If you perceive that you are like the top 15 coach and everybody's going to want to be with you and you're going to be a great leader, that's going to be your reality. And like, yeah, your perception is your reality. And I want people to change their perception of who they are and just replace every negative with a positive and just change their perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have this.
Yeah.
So, you know, how can you use your problems to help them? Which, I mean, you've already shown how you've used your problems to help so many women with their thyroid issue.
Right. Yeah. I think some of them they're just scared to share because like, oh, my family's going to judge me. My husband's going to judge me. Like, just be careful. I mean, if there's things you want to share about, you don't have to be super detailed. Like, you don't have to like, if you're having marriage issues, you don't have to talk about, you know, your husband's name and detailed issues. You talk about in general, how marriage is hard, how you try to be that, you know what I mean? When you kind of generalize some of the things you're having, you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, this happened and our marriage is falling apart. Like, you don't need to be specific, but in generalization, how you're struggling with normal things that everybody struggles with. Because
everyone has marriage problems. And
if you don't, you're lying.
Right? And if you, you know, I mean, if you need to hide your husband from the post or whatever, fine. But yeah, I mean, obviously nobody wants to hear couples fighting on Facebook.
No. And I think money is a big thing too. Some people don't like talking about money. They think it's icky, but you know what? And they think, oh, I didn't make very much money. It's like, you know what? $50. I think someone's going to relate to you making, you know, $400 than they are going to you making $400,000. It's just going to be more realistic. Right. So I always tell my coaches, like, I know sometimes money is icky. You could talk about it once in a while and how it's helped you buy groceries or this and that. And I think a lot of them need to talk about that a little bit more because obviously we're here to help people with their bodies and their health and their fitness, but a lot of people need an income and something they love to do, and this is the full meal deal, and people kind of like those numbers, and a lot of my coaches, I think, don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time talking about it.
Yeah, why do you have a hard time talking about it?
About the money?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You need to figure it out.
Just because
Wait, you know what? Your perception is your reality. Are you perceiving that people are going to think that it's icky and tacky if you talk about it?
Yes.
Okay, but that's your perception. That's not reality.
I think I normally start my post with, I hate posting about this, but
that's okay. Then that's how you have to post about it. That's how you have to post about it.
I mean, I'm doing them. I'm doing them once a week, and yeah. Okay, so what is your why for becoming a coach? Everybody who becomes a coach needs to feel a genuine sense of purpose.
Totally. And that has changed like so many times throughout the process. We just have a guest speaker who would like to show you some purple sand. Hang on that moment.
Okay.
Oh, hold it up here. Oh, purple sand.
Hold on. Let me pull my screen back up.
This is one of my whys right here.
I have the coolest, fun stuff y'all are doing today.
So my why has changed. Like, so initially why I became a coach was for a discount because I'm cheap and money was an issue. So I wanted to stay fit and healthy, right? So that's why I signed up, because I didn't have a lot of money and I needed a discount. And then later, as I saw that there was an income opportunity, you know, I kind of started with that too, and that's okay. I had a lot of debt I needed to pay off, and it was this vicious circle, and we had no way to pay off this debt because I had to go back to school. To go back to school, I had to quit my job. To go back, it was like, you know, and there was nothing else I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to go back to school. I don't want to be in an office. I just didn't want to do that. So Beachbody was the opportunity for me to gain some income to pay off debt. And then I started realizing, there's so many people out there who doubt themselves about losing weight, and I've been bigger, and I thought I was that girl too. I was like, I'll never lose weight. I'm going to be this size forever. It's never going to be for me. And I did it. And I hate seeing people out there who are have so much self-doubt that they can lose weight. So I want them to know they can and help them. So that's one of the best parts, is helping people like that. That's amazing. That's way more rewarding than like a Starbucks gift card from an office. Like, whoop-de-doo. Having someone reach out to me and say that I've changed their lives and I've helped them and they're the fittest they've ever been, I'm like, okay, awesome. So that happened. And then, yes, sweetie, beautiful. And as I kept going, like, I never, like, obviously to pay off debt and to have vacation and live comfortably. But then I realized, as I've been doing this and I have my daughter at work, I don't like working in an office. I don't want to work in an office. I struggle to like take her to school. I'm like, how are we going to pick her up? How are we going to pay for this? I want to walk her to school. I don't want to miss out on anything. I want to be able to go on a 3-week vacation. I want to take a day off for her birthday, and I wasn't allowed. I was like, no way do I want someone telling me that I cannot take the day off work to spend it with her birthday. And, you know, every morning I have anxiety. I'm running out the door to get her, and I'm hating them every morning, every single morning. I have like super anxiety because I'm late again. I just hate living my life for somebody else. I don't want to have to wake up and help someone else build their dream. I want to build my own dream. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So describe the opportunities that being a Beachbody coach has produced in your life.
Oh man, I went from 0 vacations, like not being able to travel because we had no money for gas, to like 4 in 1 year. And that's been amazing. And they've been awesome vacations. And it's a kind of vacation where it's not like, oh, this is fun. It's like, I earned that. I worked hard. I earned this vacation. It's like kind of vacation that just comes with so much pride. Like, it's so much fun. And after having my daughter, I lost a lot of friendship. Not lost, but friendships change because you have a kid and it's not the same. You're the same person, but you're different. So I don't have a lot of girlfriends anymore, but I have gotten a lot of new awesome girlfriends. Hi, Katie. Right? So, I mean, gaining so many awesome friendships, like online with so many amazing people, has been probably one of the best things. And in my city, like, I've gone to events here where I knew nobody in the beginning, and now I go where I know everybody. We're friends. We hang out for coffee, go for lunch. It's just gotten so much personal value to my life.
I love how you have teammates that are in your area.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
You,
nice.
are all your teammates not in your area?
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
I know.
But that is a good thing to talk about because so many people think that, I live in a small town. I can't, there's already like these great coaches in my town. I'm like, you got to expand outside your town. You don't have any coaches in your city. So there you go.
Nope, I've got one, and we haven't seen each other in a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay, you're going to like this.
Okay.
So describe your ideal team member. And
Ooh.
what does their Beachbody journey look like? And so, in other words, where do you fit into helping them accomplish their goals?
Oh, my ideal team member.
Right.
Well, they're self-sufficient, I guess, just like me, right? Like when I started, I didn't ask 1,000 questions. I just really wanted it. And I really wanted to do it. I want them just to really want it. I don't want to have to, force them and, tell them that they can do this and, it's awesome. You can do it. It's an amazing opportunity. You totally got this. I want them to realize it for themselves, what an amazing opportunity it is. I'm hoping I can help them realize that. But I want them to be self-sufficient and learning and researching and just posting and talking to people. I want them to be, self-sufficient is my word, because that's how I was. Because I think it's a lot of value when you research and learn on your own. It kind of sticks with you instead of just asking questions all the time. I want them to be, oh, wow. I'm really like, they could be whoever they want to be. I just want them to want it for themselves, really. Like, I would love to see some team members. I want to see some team members, including myself, like quit their job and do this full time and stay home with their families. They may not want to, but that can change. Like, I didn't want to stay home with her originally, but now I do. Well, I'm going to go find a coffee shop and sit there for like 3 hours a day. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I don't really, I guess my ideal teammate would be just someone like me. It's funny.
How do you feel equipped to help them reach their goals?
What kind of, like their business goals, fitness goals, all the goals?
Their business goals.
Do I feel like I'm equipped to help them? Is that the question?
Well, how do you feel equipped? Like, do you feel like you are equipped? Do you feel like there's places you can improve?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I do provide training and I tell them about all the wake-up calls and personal development and things they can be a part of. I feel like I could help more with like one-on-one mentoring. And that's what I think I need to do. I think I need to let them know that I'm available to do that. I think, this is interesting how I'm thinking about this right now. I think the one-on-one mentoring thing is important, like that I'm available. I know there's a team page to help answer questions, but if you're serious about this and you really want it, then I'm available for you. Like, I'm not available for you every day for an hour to talk about the same things over and over again. Like, nobody's joining, nobody's posting. It's like, if you're serious and you want to like get down to the nitty-gritty, I'm here to talk with you personally on like a Zoom call. So I think that's where I need to kind of help them out a bit more, is maybe do some more personal one-on-one mentoring with those who really need it, and spending more time with my emeralds and the ones who are really pushing. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the defining factor for why people should work with you over other coaches? Damn.
Well, that's not a question for me to answer. That's a question for them to answer. I mean, really, it's about who do you relate with. Like, I can't say that, I'm better than Katie or I'm better than Dawn. No, I can't.
You are for certain reasons. That's why people pick you.
Well, because they relate to me on different reasons than other people. It doesn't mean that I'm better than anybody else. I don't like this question.
Okay. But the question is, what is the defining factor for why people should work with you?
Because I am consistent and I show up every day and I do my vital behaviors. And yes, sweetie. Oh, beautiful. Hang on, Pocahontas. Yeah.
it's a pillow.
A pillow?
And she lays inside the pillow,
Cool.
and it's a water pillow that has real water, and it's on her face. That makes her face really smooth.
Oh, cool.
It's smooth water.
Smooth water. So yeah, I guess it's because I'm consistent, and I do.
Okay, but other coaches are consistent.
Well, okay. So if it's me or the other consistent coaches,
Stay on in all the time until she dies.
Oh. Well, wow. I don't know what it is about me then. If like, I mean, I don't know. That's a really tough question. I don't know.
Because that is going to be, that's part of your branding.
Yeah.
So that's your homework. That's your homework.
Why they want to sit with me. But I do find it still a hard question because Jane over here, who likes to knit and do Pinterest cakes, is not going to want to sign up with me because I'm not like that. But Marcy over here, who likes to go to live music venues and go for coffee and go to the mall, is going to want to sign up with me because that's what I want to do. And I think it sometimes comes out with personality and how you relate to somebody. But if it's someone who's looking at coaching in an actual business aspect.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Well, because, wow. That's a tough question. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that one.
I know. I kind of wish I hadn't read that one. I'm not going to let myself think, that's hard.
Yeah,
but
it is
it's something that can really help you brand yourself though.
Right.
So what obstacles did you overcome? We talked about that. What's the most difficult things that you've faced?
With coaching? Or in general?
It's not specific, so I think we might be talking about coaching now.
Yeah, I think it could be with anything because this is about being a coach and in the business. It's definitely a comparison. Like every single Thursday when rank advancements come up, I'm like, ugh, why me? Why am I not there yet? What am I doing wrong? It's really talking negative self-talk. And I do it all the time. As much personal development as I read, there's 5 hours every Thursday where I'm so negative on myself and I give myself such a hard time that I'm not good enough. I'm not helping them. Why can't I find this person? Why can't I find this rock star person to be just like me? And I'm just really blame. I think I really need to stop that and quit the comparison and just focus on myself and my team and know that my situation is different than others. So we're not, yeah.
So when was the first moment when someone gave you a compliment or acknowledged your transformation, whether it be physically or,
Well, there's 2. The first one I remember is one of my challengers had messaged me and basically how, if it wasn't for me, I changed her life. I changed her habits forever. And just hearing that from somebody, I was like, okay, that makes it all worth it. I've totally changed her life. She's fit. And she was just so genuinely sweet. And I was like, I helped her do that. I feel like I didn't do anything, but apparently I did. And it was just really amazing. And then being as the business side, being a Canadian coach, I've been in the top 40 elite contending for 6 to 8 months. And every time I see that, I'm like, really? I'm a top 40 Canadian elite contending coach? That's crazy. And it's really makes me proud. So.
What was that? I can't see.
We had a crystal jar that's my grandma's that she dropped and stuff broke, but we're okay. Whatever, just things.
Okay, we're almost done.
Okay.
What pisses you off?
About where do I go? Where do I start? It's when people well, in my personal life, it's still being at a corporate job and not being pissed off at myself for not being brave enough to just quit. Because I don't make enough money, and I just know that if I quit my job, that I could really take this somewhere and do more for my team and do more and so much for the business. And just pisses me off that I'm not brave enough to do it. But reality kind of kicks in, and we do need a little bit of extra cash right now. And I'm just I want to quit right now. I just want to do it, and it makes me so angry. And then what else pisses me off is coaches who use excuses. excuses. The like, oh, it's not on sale. It's not on sale this month. I can't get new customers. It's like, who cares if it's on sale? It's $20. Like, don't think about that. Or nobody's responding. People just start going down that slope of nobody's. Like, it's like, well, take a look at yourself. And then what are you talking about? Are you following up? Are you doing the vital behaviors? And so people start just giving up. And I get so mad when people give up. Because, I've lost rank so many times. I've struggled to hit Success Club. I have, doubted things that I've done, but I never gave up and I kept going. So people who just want to give up and make excuses for everything, it's like, successful people take responsibility, and people who aren't successful, it's because they play the blame game and they blame everything else and don't look at themselves. I think people just need to look at themselves and quit blaming things like a sale or I've run out of people to talk to. It's like, no, you haven't. It just makes me so angry.
I know. So What keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night? Success Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think things like I've taken responsibility to, as far as coaching goes, is like, checking my downline. I take responsibility for my business. And it bothers me sometimes when I see people losing rank and things happening. It's like, they're not checking. They're not doing, they're not taking it seriously. And it's like, why don't they see the opportunity? Why don't they see how amazing this is? Why are they taking responsibility in their business? And people are just losing rank left, right, and center and dropping. And it just frustrates me that, if you really want this, you really need to treat it like a business, and you can't say you want it if you're not treating it like that.
Right.
Just
right. So, how have you defined your own or other people's expectations?
How do I define my own expectations?
I'm sorry, defied.
How I defied my expectations?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, I looked back on my very first notebook when I first started coaching. I had no idea the potential I had. I wanted to help 4 people in 1 year. 4 in 1 year? Well, coaching to coaches to sign up, like help 4 women in 1 year. I think I helped 4 people in 1 week, like a week later.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't realize how much I would love this and do that. And then as far as, and you said and what was the rest of the question?
Oh, just other people's expectations. How have you proved other people, like, I can do this?
I got this. Yeah, like, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what other people's expectations of me are. I don't care.
Well, I guess it would be like, what did Robbie think about this when you started?
Yeah, he's pretty quiet on that front. He never really based, he was like, cool. He was just really proud of me. And then every once in a while, he'll just tell me how proud he is of me, and it's awesome. But
that's really great.
Yeah, but he's pretty low key as far as that's concerned. And I talked to him about it, and then, out of the blue one day, he'll talk about how proud he is of me for doing this. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So are there any accomplishments that have just given you a major sigh of relief?
Oh yeah, like every month when I struggle, and then last month I became a Success Club 10 legend. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So like 2 years, 24 months, Success Club 10. That was like, holy crap, that's awesome. And now I just want to keep going. It's like my inner competitor. Yeah. And then earning these vacations and these trips every month. And that's why I think they do them. It's just like, it really gives me goals and things to do.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, so every time I reach these goals and I earn these trips and I get these recognition, I'm like, okay, and it keeps me going. And I'm proud that I keep hitting all these freaking goals. So that's awesome.
Okay, well, that wraps up our interview. You did fantastic. And this is basically, I think this is just for you.
Yeah.
To go back and watch and make a post out of everything that you said.
Yeah, I think I need to talk more about my why with like not wanting to work in an office anymore. And I'm scared to do it because I have a lot of.
I heard you talk about it so many times.
Yeah, but I haven't posted about it.
I assume that you do.
Nope. Okay. Because I have so many coworkers on my Facebook page, what I need to do is block them. From a post, because I don't want them to think, I'm going to quit. I hate my job. I hate rushing every morning. Like, I want to talk about that, but I don't want my coworker to see that. So I think I'm just going to have to be selective and block it from those people.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to stop recording.
Yeah.